Yo, what's up guys, it's CJ here with another Back for Blood build, and this one is the Pyromancer. Now I am super excited to show you this build because for me it's one of the most satisfying and it's just super fun to play. It's kind of got a bit of the shotgun tank in it. Now before we get into the build, I do want to do a massive shout out to you guys on YouTube, as right now we have already hit the subscriber goal that I set for Christmas time. So I had set by the 25th of December to get to 100 subscribers, and as of the making of this video we are at 136 subscribers. So thank you so much guys, it means a lot and it shows that I am doing the right thing. So it just kind of gives a bit of reinforcement on my side that I'm not just some kind of idiot sat here making videos, you know what I mean? Anyway, thank you so much for the subscribers and the continued support, as well as all of you guys viewing the videos. We're up to 3K views on each video, which I never thought would happen. I mean, looking at the previous videos I'd done, which were mainly stream highlights and some trailers for friends, I never thought that this would be a thing, but I'm super happy that it is. So thank you guys. It does reinforce that I am doing the right thing, and I do really appreciate it. Also, just to put out there as well, don't ever be afraid, because I've seen people go to put comments on the YouTube and they've prefaced their comments with something like, I don't mean to be like this way, or I don't mean to be that way. I'm not going to take offense to anything that you really say with regards to a build. Everybody has their own opinion as what card would be right. This build for me is just to kind of give you guys a starting place, but I just want you guys to know that I'm fully there with you. If you have card suggestions that you think could be better, put it in the comments, man. You know, tell me what you think would be better, what you think would work differently, or what the benefits, what the drawbacks are, etc, etc. I really appreciate all of your enthusiasm with the builds and trying to make them as OP and as fun as possible, so I really appreciate that. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's get into the build. So the first 5 cards are going to be the most important cards that you need within the deck. So these will be Pyro, Fire in the Hole, Expired T5, Offensive Scavenger, and Optics Enthusiast. So Pyro is going to give you 100% fire damage, and you're going to gain 3 temporary health for each kill with fire. You will also be able to sense nearby flammable objects. Fire in the Hole. When you throw an offensive accessory, gain 20 temporary health and 25 sprint speed for 5 seconds. Now, Fire in the Hole will kind of combo with a card that we have later on, so just hang tight there for a little minute. The next one is Expired T5. Now, Expired T5 is by far one of the coolest cards I've used so far, and this is the ability to create a powerful blast that deals 20 fire damage to weak spots within like an AoE around you. So you can jump into a pile of Ridden, hit the button for the Expired T5, and you're going to set all of them on fire in a big AoE. Now if you jump into a big pile of them, or you get surrounded and you blast this baby off, it's going to combo with your Pyro, which means that you're going to gain 3 health for any Ridden that you kill by using that button. Now a couple of things to know. So after the initial blast, it's going to deal 1 fire damage per second for 7 seconds. So that's an additional 7 damage. Anything within the AoE coming at you is going to get set on fire. And it does have a cost. So the 2 costs for this is, 1, it's going to take out your support slot. So you will not be able to use any healing item. Things like medkits, pain pills, bandages, all of that stuff you will not be able to equip. It also costs 75 rifle ammo every time you push the button. Now that's completely fine, you can find ammo here, there and everywhere, but it's just something to be aware of. Then we have Offensive Scavenger. So as I said, with the Fire in the Hole being that every time you throw an offensive accessory, you're going to gain 20 temporary health. This is to find more offensive accessories for you to throw. It's basically just a helpful hand when it comes to hordes, that even if you have a smoke grenade, a flashbang, anything, for you to bolster your health, you just throw it on the floor and you're going to gain 20 temporary health. Plus, if you burst off the T5 as you throw the accessory, you're going to gain however much temporary health when you're killing the enemies as well. Then the last one, Optics Enthusiast. So this one is just to give you the 30% accuracy, because the later cards that we have disable your aim down sights. And that is the first 5 cards, guys. Let's have a look at the second set of 5 cards. The first card being Breakout, then Durable, then Numb, then Buckshot Bruiser, and then Pumped Up. Now with these 5 cards, these are still really important, but a little bit less. You can kind of swap them out if you need to. But let's start with what each card does. So the Breakout card, of course, allows you to hold E to break out of grapples from enemies. So that's the Hag, the Crusher, etc. Or even if you're stuck by something that's pinning you to the ground like a sleeper. Then we have Durable. Now, as you guys will know, with any kind of tanky or healthy build, I've always gone the Durable card. It is really, really good. It's going to give you 15% trauma resistance, 10 health, and the big kicker is the 20% fire resistance as well. Then we have Numb. Now Numb will play off of the temporary health that you're going to gain from Pyro, Fire in the Hole, and also another couple of cards later on. And what that will give you is a 10% damage resistance when you have temporary health. Then we have Buckshot Bruiser. Again, this is another card for stacking temporary health. This will give you 0.25 temporary health for each pellet that hits a Ridden. Now, considering we're going to be hopefully getting the Damnation Shotgun and firing the shotgun into enemies, that will give us temporary health whilst also dealing fire damage, which is huge. So, the last card of this is Pumped Up. Now, Pumped Up is really good. It's going to make your temporary health decay at a slower rate by 20%. It's also going to make an additional pain med spawn, which isn't really great for you, but if you have a medic on your team, they can grab it and apply it to you. And it's going to increase your overall health pool by 5%. And that's the second set of 5 cards, guys. Let's move on to the third and final set of 5 cards. Okay, so the final set of cards are still important, but you can swap them in and out for things that might be a bit better for you in particular. So the first card of this is Padded Suit, then Double Grenade Pouch, Face Your Fears, then Motorcycle Helmet, and then finally Scar Tissue. So the first card, of course, Padded Suit, you've seen this before. It's a 10% damage resistance with 5 health. There is a debuff to this, which is going to be 20% less stamina efficiency, which isn't really going to be important for you because you're going to be able to just walk through enemies, especially if you have things like the Flamethrower. The next one is Double Grenade Pouch. Now this one is just going to expand your offensive inventory slots by 2, so you'll be able to hold up to 3 grenades, and that's without any upgrades from the store. Now Face Your Fears is going to give you 1 temporary health whenever you kill a Ridden within 2.5 meters of you, which is going to come into play when you're using that shotgun at close range. Then we've got Motorcycle Helmet. Now you will have also seen this one before in any of the tank builds. It's going to give you 15% damage resistance and an increase of health by 10. And of course, as you will know, this will disable your aim down sights, so you will not be able to aim down sights. And then lastly, the Scar Tissue card. Now this one I put into the build primarily because I found on No Hope difficulty the Scar Tissue is really, really helpful. The 1 less damage from all types of ridden and the 50% acid resistance is huge. In no hope difficulty, the biggest difficulty I found with this Pyromancer build is the acid. The acid just absolutely rips through any kind of defense that you have. As you would expect, it's acid after all. But anyway, that's the last 5 cards, and that does complete the full 15 set of cards. So let's move on to weapons. Now, unfortunately, the 2 main weapons are very situational. So the first one being the Flamethrower. So with the Flamethrower, you are going to require the Razorworm's Corruption card to be played to be able to even get the Flamethrower. And then once the level is ended, the Flamethrower disappears with it. So for the time of using that Flamethrower, you're going to have the best time ever. You will decimate anything in front of you. For instance, look at what I did to this hag. The second weapon that I would recommend is trying to find the Damnation Shotgun. Now the Damnation Shotgun, if you don't know what it is a legendary weapon and it fires incendiary bullets. Now a lot of people might say, but CJ, you have a card for incendiary ammo from the last update. Did you not know, dummy? I know there's the phosphorus tipped bullets. However, upon testing and messing around with it quite a lot in the last week, the phosphorus tipped bullets are super underwhelming. I was kind of hoping for a ramp up, so after you hit a certain threshold, so say the first 3 shots, so your wind up for it, every shot thereafter would be guaranteed to set things on fire. That would make this build amazing. However, that's not the case. It just has a higher chance to set them on fire after your 3rd shot. It's unfortunate, but I can understand it can be, if you have the legendary weapon, the Damnation, I can understand why you wouldn't want to make that card, because then the Damnation becomes completely useless. There's no need for it. You may as well run an M24 LMG and you would just be able to have fire ammo for days. One thing I am really sad about with the update though is the Flamethrower. I was super hoping that it was going to be a main weapon, so something that you could actually run yourself, so find it in match or be able to get it from a store or anything like that, but unfortunately you can't. You only can get it within that corruption card. But I will say this, the Flamethrower is insane damage wise. If you go up to anything, even in no hope difficulty, if an ogre spawns and you have the Flamethrower, you are going to decimate it. Like, it will just die fast. So I can understand why they don't have the Flamethrower, but devs, if you do by some random miracle come across this Pyromancer guide for Back for Blood, firstly, welcome. Secondly, please make the Flamethrower main weapon, give it a nerf on damage, that's fine, and then also allow us to refill it with Molotovs. Think of it as like an improvised Flamethrower, just to add like a little thing on the side where we can just, you know, put the bottle on the side and, you know, just fill it up with fuel. Why not? You know, we're in the apocalypse, give it a go, you know? Okay, so let's go through the cleaners that this build will work for. So the main cleaner I've been running it with is Sharice. Now one thing I will say is the new skin for Sharice is, oh, it's so sick, dude. Like, look at it. Look at how cool she looks with the whole like gas mask and everything like that. Just fantastic, amazing. Sharice, the main reason I'd be running her is for the trauma resistance, the team bolstered health, and the fact that when you're hitting armored enemies, which in no hope you'll come across a lot, you will gain armor pieces that you can put on yourself for dealing with tall boys, etc, etc. The other person you could run this with potentially is Mom. and that's purely because of the slower temporary health decay. However, if you have another friend that's going to be joining you and you get them to play Mom, then that's going to work as well, because it's a team benefit, not just the individual. The reason I wouldn't run Mum is because you can't use the support inventory slot that she gains as well. So she gains the benefits of temporary health when a teammate is incapacitated, which hopefully won't happen. Secondly, she also gains support inventory. Now, because of the expired T5 card, you can't utilize that support inventory because there is no inventory to it. The expired T5 takes that slot up. So if you can get a friend to run Mom, perfect. If you can't, then that's fine. I'd run Sharice if you're running solo. Sharice is great with the trauma resistance and the team bolstered health. It just means you can overheal that a little bit more, and it's just great fun to be able to jump into a pile of Ridden, hit the expired T5 and just watch them get wiped out. And it makes such a satisfying sound. Listen to this. Oh, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. So guys, that's it for this build. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to put a comment to let me know what you enjoyed about it. Also, just in case you didn't know, I do live stream pretty much every day apart from the weekends on Twitch TV. The link will be in my description. If you do want to come say hi, tell me you're from YouTube, let me know what you liked about the videos, please feel free to, I'm always there. Next week, we are going out with the Hungry Heng build. I'm super excited for this build because it's going to be super fun with the fact that we have some more food cards. And I've apparently been told that Heng is some massive badass tank, so I'm super excited to see what we can do with that. For now though, peace out, and I'll catch you next time.